In today's world, people run after jobs like their life depends on it. They cry for callbacks. They beg for interviews. They feel useless when companies ignore them. But what if I told you your job doesn't define you? Your rap does. Your provision was written before you were even born. So stop chasing companies like they're your savior. Start chasing your purpose, because jobs don't feed your soul. Allah does. Allah already assigned your rizq. You're not late. Before your CV reached any inbox, before you hit send on that application, before anyone even saw your qualifications, your rizq had already reached the heavens. It was already written, already assigned, already set in motion by the one who never forgets a single soul. Before any boss looked at your resume, Allah had already looked at your heart. He knew your struggle. He knew your effort. He knew the late nights, the quiet tears, the silent prayers. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu said, if you truly trusted in Allah like the birds, you would be provided for just like them. They leave their nests in the morning hungry and return full. Think about that. Do the birds know where the food will come from? No. They don't sit in their nests worrying. They don't have GPS or guarantees, but still they fly. They move. They take the step, and Allah provides. That's what tawakkul looks like. Trust with action, hope with effort, not sitting back and waiting, but stepping forward with faith. So don't sit hopeless. Don't feel forgotten just because the job hasn't come. And don't chase offers like they're your only lifeline. They're not. They are just a means, just a door, just a bridge, but not the source. Allah is the source. He is Ar-Razzaq, the constant provider. And when He provides, it's not late. It's right on time. When your heart is ready, when your soul has grown, when your gratitude can carry the blessing properly. So walk with peace, because you're not late. You're being prepared. And your rizq is not tied to a company. It's tied to the one who wrote it in the sky before you even breathed your first breath. Stop saying, I need a job. Start saying, Bismillah. We wait. And we wait. Refreshing inboxes. Checking phones. Hoping today will be the day someone says, you're hired. But maybe the reason that door isn't opening is because Allah never wrote it for you. Not because you're not good enough, but because you were meant to build a different door. Maybe you're not meant to be hired. Maybe you're meant to create, to serve, to lead, to walk a path no one in your family has walked before, to start something others will follow. Sometimes Allah blocks the usual path, so you take the one He designed just for you. And that path might feel lonely at first, but it's full of barakah and purpose. Look around you. You don't need a company to start. You don't need an offer letter to begin. You don't need permission from anyone but Allah. You need faith. You need a phone, a notebook, an idea, a talent. And most importantly, you need to say Bismillah and begin. Start that small business. Start offering that service. Start creating with the tools Allah already placed in your hands. Because the job you're waiting for might be the job you're meant to build. And the people you're hoping will notice you might just be waiting for you to show up with what Allah gave you. So stop saying, I need a job. Start saying, Ya Allah, guide my steps. I trust you, Bismillah. Because when you move with that mindset, you're not chasing the world. You're answering a call from your Rabb. Work is worship when your intention is right. Islam doesn't stop you from working. It doesn't say you can't earn, build, grow, or succeed. In fact, the Prophet ﷺ himself worked as a trader before revelation came. He earned, he sold, he negotiated, but he did it with honesty, with dignity, with a purpose bigger than profit. Islam doesn't ask you to sit in a corner and wait for provision to fall from the sky. No, Islam pushes you to try, to strive, to move forward with effort, hope, and trust. Because effort is part of tawakkul. But what Islam does teach is that intention matters more than the outcome. You see, it's not just about what you do, it's about why you do it. Because you can do the same job as someone else. But if your intention is pure, yours becomes worship and theirs becomes just another task. Not every job that pays well is blessed, and not every job that looks small is insignificant. It all depends on the niyyah or intention. Are you chasing money? Or are you chasing meaning? Are you working just to get ahead? Or are you working to bring benefit? Because when your intention is right, even sweeping the floor can be a way to earn reward. Even answering emails can become ibadah. Even cooking a meal, driving a cab, designing, teaching, sewing. If you do it for Allah, it carries weight in the heavens. You don't need a title to matter. You don't need to be famous to make an impact. You don't need to run a company to be counted. You just need a pure heart, a clean income, and a desire to do good. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu said, the best of people are those who are most beneficial to others. Notice he didn't say the wealthiest or the most successful. He said the most beneficial. That means if your work helps someone, even one person, that's worth more than 1,000 likes or followers. If your service eases someone's burden, if your business treats people fairly, if your product solves a problem, if your time lifts someone's spirits, that's success in the eyes of Allah. So if your goal is to benefit, not just collect, if you measure your success by how many hearts you touch, not by how much you make, then your work becomes a sadaqah, not just a salary. And here's what happens when your mindset shifts. You stop asking, how much can I earn? And you start asking, how much good can I do with what I earn? That's when barakah enters. Barakah in your income, your time, your home, your peace. Barakah that stretches a little money to do big things. Barakah that makes your hours feel more productive. Barakah that turns routine work into a path to Jannah. You'll feel it. Your home will feel lighter. Your heart will feel fuller. Your soul will feel calmer. Because you're not just working for yourself anymore. You're working for His pleasure. You're serving His creation. And when you serve His creation sincerely, He serves you in ways no human ever could. So work, strive, build, dream, but do it for the right reasons. Not for name, not for fame, not for status. Do it to benefit, to uplift, to provide something clean, honest, and helpful. Because real success isn't about how much you earn. It's about what your earnings do. Not just in the dunya, but in the akhirah. And when you work like that, you're not just earning a living, you're earning His reward. And no salary can compare to that. True freedom begins when you let go of people. Some of us become slaves without even knowing it. Not to iron chains or locked rooms, but to invisible ropes tied to people, to opinions, to outcomes. We wake up stressed, sleep anxious, all because we're waiting on someone else's approval to feel worthy. We work not to serve, but to impress. We speak not our truth, but what we think they want to hear. We hide our identity, our values, even our salah, just to be accepted, just to fit in, just to survive. Some of us pray 5 times a day, but our hearts bow more to people than to Allah. We live scared, scared of being left out, scared of being judged, scared that someone else might hold our future in their hands. We fear rejection from people more than we fear disobeying our Rabb. We adjust our religion to please a system. We smile when we should speak. We say yes when we should walk away. And deep down, we know something doesn't feel right. But let me tell you something real, something freeing. No person, no boss, no company, no system holds your rizq. Not your friend, not your employer, not the economy. Only Allah does. You could lose the job and still be provided for. You could be rejected 10 times and still succeed. You could be overlooked by the world and still be honored by the one who sees every silent tear. Allah asks us in the Quran, is Allah not enough for His servant? Surah Az-Zumar 39, 36. And the answer is yes. 1,000 times yes. He is not just enough, He is more than enough. So apply yes. Work hard. Build your skills. Strive. That's all part of the journey. But never tie your heart to who responds. Tie it to who wrote your rizq before you were even born. People change. One day they praise you, the next day they forget you. Companies close. Managers shift. Titles come and go. But Al-Wakil, the one who plans, protects, and provides, never changes. And when you finally shift your dependency away from creation and place it fully in the hands of the Creator, that's when true freedom begins. You stop needing to be liked. You stop fearing rejection. You stop shrinking your deen to fit in a place where you were never meant to stay. Instead, you stand tall. You speak with confidence. You move with dignity. Because your worth is no longer tied to a paycheck or a title. It's tied to your servanthood to Allah. You stop begging from people and start asking from the one who owns all hearts. You stop chasing attention and start chasing ikhlas, sincerity. You stop waiting for doors to open and start knocking through dua and trust. That's when something beautiful happens. Rejections don't sting as much. Delays don't scare you because you realize every no is either protection or redirection. And every yes is already written by the one who never makes a mistake. True freedom is when no person can control your emotions. When your peace is no longer in their hands. When your sense of success is measured not by their approval, but by Allah's pleasure. Because Allah doesn't say maybe. He doesn't leave you on read. He says, yes, not yet, or I have something better. And that kind of trust, that kind of surrender, that's not weakness. That's power. That's faith. That's freedom. So walk with that freedom. Live with that trust. And know if Allah is enough for you, then nothing and no one can ever make you feel empty again. Start small, start now. Allah sees effort, not size. You don't need a company. You don't need a big name behind you or a shiny platform or a team of professionals to make something meaningful. You don't need a perfect logo, a polished plan, or 100 followers cheering you on. What you truly need is a clean heart and one sincere step forward. Sometimes we think success begins with something grand. But in the sight of Allah, greatness begins with intention. Look at Musa, A.S. He stood before Allah, nervous and unsure, feeling incapable, unqualified and afraid. And Allah didn't overwhelm him. He simply asked, "What is in your hand, O Musa?" And Musa replied, "It's just a stick." A stick, not a weapon, not an army, not a miracle. Just a simple tool, a shepherd's staff, something he used every day, something so ordinary. He probably never imagined it could carry power. But in the hands of Allah, that stick became a miracle. That stick parted the sea. That stick destroyed the plans of a tyrant. That stick became the means through which Allah showed His power to the world. So let me ask you, what's in your hand? What do you have that you keep overlooking? A laptop, a pen, a phone, a cooking skill, a voice, an idea, a service, a solution. Maybe you know how to write. Maybe you know how to care for people. Maybe you know how to fix, create, sew, build, organize. Maybe you have wisdom from your own struggles that others need to hear. Whatever it is, don't underestimate it. Don't wait until you feel ready. Because here's the truth. Ready is an illusion. No one ever feels 100% ready. The plan will always feel incomplete. The timing will always seem off. Your resources will always look small. And someone will always seem further ahead than you. But Allah doesn't ask for perfection. He asks for movement. He asks for trust. He asks you to say, Ya Allah, this is what I have. I'm starting for your sake. Bismillah. Even if it's a small step, even if you're unsure, even if no one claps when you begin, because Allah sees what others can't. He sees the effort behind closed doors. He sees the late nights, the quiet planning, the emotional struggle. He sees the sincerity of your heart when you choose to do something honest, something clean, something that helps others seven if it earns little. And in the sight of Allah, that effort is never small. That act is never wasted. That sacrifice is never ignored. He doesn't compare your journey to anyone else's. He doesn't expect you to be the best. He wants you to be sincere. He wants you to try. Because when Allah puts barakah into something, even the smallest seed becomes a forest. Even the simplest idea becomes a legacy. There are people who started businesses from their kitchen. There are mothers who began selling to support their children. There are youth who started with a free app and built a platform that inspired thousands. They didn't start big, but they started and Allah blessed it. So don't let fear stop you. Don't let I'm not good enough keep you frozen. Don't keep waiting for the perfect moment that never arrives. Start small. Start now. Start with what's already in your hand. Say Bismillah and take the step. Even if you walk alone, even if it's slow. Because when the heart is sincere and the action is for Allah, there is no such thing as too little. There is only effort that is seen, recorded, multiplied, and turned into something far greater than you could ever imagine. That's how Allah works. He takes your little, and when done for His sake, He makes it enough. He makes it powerful. He makes it eternal. Earn clean. Earn with trust. That's the real hustle. Halal work might be slower. It might feel like you're walking while everyone else is sprinting. You'll see people rising fast, driving the car you wanted, wearing the clothes you dreamed of, living a life that seems loud, easy, and flashy. And shaitan will whisper, look, you're doing things the clean way, the honest way, but look where it's getting you. But don't be fooled, because what's fast without blessing? It looks shiny on the outside, but it burns out quickly. It crashes hard. It comes with hidden anxiety, constant fear, and emptiness that no money can fill. What's slow with Allah? It may take time, but it lasts. It grows from the inside, and it settles your soul. It brings peace that no salary can offer. Because halal work done with honesty and trust brings nur, a light that enters your home, your heart, your income. A light that makes even small things feel big in barakah. It lets you sleep without guilt. It lets you raise your hands in dua without shame. It lets you feed your family with confidence, knowing every bite is clean, every cent is earned with dignity. But here's the trap. When things get tight, when the money runs low, the haram shortcuts begin to look tempting. One small lie, one shady deal, one interest-based opportunity, one job that compromises your faith just a little. Just this once. But remember this, if it costs you your peace, it's too expensive. If it makes you hide your values, it's not worth the number. If you wouldn't feed it to your child or present it to your Lord, don't build your future on it. Because money that looks big but is built on sin, it doesn't grow you. It hollows you out. It makes you spiritually tired. It gives you dunya but takes your akhirah. The Prophet ﷺ reminded us, Allah is pure and He only accepts what is pure. This isn't just about food or charity. It's about your every transaction, your daily choices, your business ethics, your job description. It's about how you earn, not just what you earn. So hustle but with taqwa. Let every step be taken with Allah in mind. Grind but with gratitude, not greed. Be ambitious but stay within the boundaries. Set your limits before your life sets them for you. Because when you earn with faith, you earn with honor. Even if your wallet isn't full, your heart will be. Even if your bank account is simple, your soul will feel rich. Because that's what barakah does. Barakah stretches what looks small. It fills your home with joy. It protects your time from waste. It gives you peace in moments when others feel panic. It adds meaning to your efforts and reward to your struggle. And when you hustle the right way, the halal way, even when the results are slow, even when the world overlooks you, your rizq will find you. Your barakah will chase you. Not because of your hustle, not because of your strategy, but because of your sincerity. Because you chose the clean path when it was hard. You chose Allah when others chose shortcuts. You chose patience when your ego wanted quick results. And that choice will never be forgotten by the one who sees all. So don't rush what Allah has already written. Don't burn yourself out trying to force what He has already destined. And never sell your peace for a temporary gain. Because what's written for you in halal will come to you cleaner, stronger, and more filled with light than you can imagine. It may not come fast, but it will come right. And when it does, you'll know it was worth every moment of patience. Every moment you said no for the sake of Allah. Every tear you wiped away in sujood. Every quiet prayer whispered through struggle. Because what's earned with Allah in your heart will carry you further than anything earned without Him. When you walk to Allah, He runs to you. Imagine this. You wake up one morning. The world feels silent. No message. No offer. No acceptance letter. No opportunity. No open door. Your phone screen is empty. Your inbox is still quiet. And your heart, it's heavy. But somewhere deep inside you, there's a whisper. Ya Allah, I trust you. I don't see the way, but I know you do. I'm starting this not for attention, not for applause, but for you. You get up. You make wudu. You pray. You wipe a tear and take one small step forward. Maybe you open your laptop. Maybe you pick up the phone. Maybe you start planning, creating, writing, offering, even though no one is watching, even though you're not sure where it's going. And that step, that quiet, lonely, sincere step, it doesn't go unnoticed. It echoes in the heavens. Because the Prophet ﷺ told us, whoever comes to Allah walking, he comes to them running. Hadith Qudsi, Sahih Bukhari, that's not a metaphor. That's not poetic language. That's a promise from your Creator. When you walk with sincerity, He doesn't just acknowledge you. He runs toward you with mercy, with help, with rizq, with solutions you never saw coming. And the world may not see it. People may not understand it. But Allah does. And His angels are already writing your hidden struggle, your quiet tears, your frustration wrapped in sabr, your nights spent in sujood while everyone else slept, your honesty in moments where lying would have paid better, your consistency when your motivation was gone. Nothing is lost, not 1 second, not one breath of dua, not one step taken for His sake. When you walk to Allah, you're not just moving your feet, you're moving your heart. You're aligning yourself with the only one who truly controls the outcome. You're saying with your action, Ya Allah, even if no one supports me, you're enough. Even if I have nothing but you, I have everything. And when He runs toward you, He doesn't come empty-handed. He comes with solutions, with barakah, with people you didn't expect, with strength you didn't know you had, with guidance that clears the fog, with rizq you never imagined could find you. Because that's how Ar-Rahman responds to sincerity. He gives more than you ask. He blesses more than you deserve. He delivers not just what you prayed for, but what your soul truly needed. So don't wait. Don't wait until the plan is perfect. Don't wait for people to notice, to validate, to approve. Allah already noticed. He already approved. And His response doesn't depend on how loud your effort is. It depends on how pure your heart is. So take that step. Even if your hands are shaking, even if your voice is trembling, even if you feel completely alone, because in that moment, you're the furthest thing from alone. Allah sees you. He hears you. He is nearer than you think. And He has already started preparing what you're walking toward. So walk, even if it's slow, even if it's silent, even if it's unseen by the world. Because Allah runs to sincerity. And He never forgets a heart that walks for Him. Not now. Not ever. So don't cry over the job that didn't come. Don't let one closed door make you question your worth. Don't let one no convince you that you're behind. Maybe that job wasn't your path. Maybe it would have taken more from you than it gave. Maybe it would have filled your bank account but emptied your soul. You see, when Allah blocks something, it's not to harm you. It's to heal you, to redirect you, to protect you from a future that you can't see yet, but He already knows. We often cry over things that were actually mercy in disguise. Because sometimes the delay is not a denial. It's a detour to something better. Something more suited to your heart. Something that won't pull you away from your salah, won't cloud your mind with stress, won't pull you into people pleasing, but will bring you closer to Allah. So don't tie your future to a title. You are not your resume. You are not your designation. You are not your monthly salary. Those numbers can go up or down. Titles can be taken away in a second. Companies can fall. Markets can crash. But your identity, that doesn't change. Because your real title is Abdullah, a servant of Allah. And your provision is not signed by a manager. It is written by Ar-Razzaq, the one who provides without limits. Tie your hopes to tawakkul, not to outcomes, not to human timelines, but to that deep, unshakable belief that even if the world turns its back on you, Allah never will. Tawakkul is when your heart stays calm, even when your hands are tired. It's when you try your best, but you leave the results in His hands. It's when you hear no from people, but your soul knows. Allah still has a yes waiting for me. It's already written. It's just not time yet. Your rizq isn't hiding in someone's inbox. It's not sitting in an HR folder. It's not stuck in someone's decision. It's already moving toward you, sent from the heavens, written before you were born. And when Allah decides it's time, no one can block it. Allah says, and in the heaven is your provision and all that you are promised. Surah Ad-Dariyat 51:22. Do you know what that means? It means your rizq is not controlled by people. It's not about who likes you. It's not about luck. It's not about perfect timing or perfect qualifications. It's already secured above you, protected, guarded, guaranteed. And no hand on earth can take what Allah has written for you. So, start. Even if you're afraid, even if your voice shakes, even if you don't know exactly what you're doing, start with what you have. Start with who you are. Because if Allah puts something in your heart, He already prepared the path for it to grow. Start now. Don't wait for all the lights to turn green. Don't wait for approval, applause, or perfect conditions. The miracle doesn't come before the first step. It comes after. It comes during your walk. It comes when you move with faith. Even when the road looks unclear, say Bismillah. Let that be your beginning. Let that be your mindset. This isn't just about earning an income. It's about earning Allah's pleasure. This is your ibadah, your worship. You're striving in the dunya for the akhirah. Use what Allah gave you. Use your voice, your mind, your hands, your patience, your pain, Use your story, your lessons, your struggle. You don't need wealth to begin. You need niyyah. You need to believe Allah sees your heart and honors your effort. Walk in His path, not in the way of shortcuts, ego, greed, or lies. Walk with honesty, sincerity, consistency. Let the Quran guide your mindset. Let taqwa protect your steps. Let barakah fill the space between effort and outcome. And then just watch. Watch how He opens doors you didn't knock on, opens paths you didn't see, sends help you never asked for, answers du'as you forgot you made. Because when you walk for Him, He doesn't just respond, He responds generously. Not with one door, but with many, one after another. Until your heart realizes you were never chasing rizq. It was chasing you. And it arrived right on time when you were finally ready to receive it with gratitude, with wisdom, and with a heart that understood Allah never forgets His servants. Not the striving, not the waiting, not the walking. So walk and trust, because what's meant for you is already on its way.